Hello, I'm back for another edition of Flashback, the weekly history quiz. Let's find out what sorts of things went on in history and try to arrange them appropriately. Let's find out what is first. Okay, so first in 1940, a researcher argues that business fraud isn't taken seriously and coins a term, white-collar crime. Interesting, big example of that recently. And then to compare that, we have at 18 and recently fired, Barbra Streisand enters a talent contest at a West Village club and sings, leaving the audience speechless. Let's put that after 1940. 1960, there we go. All right, at 50, Morgan Freeman, who developed his signature voice in theater classes decades before, has, wow, that's interesting, has his breakthrough film role in Street Smart. I'm going to put that after 1960 as well. There we go, 1987. Good for him, sticking with it. One of the earliest known sundials is made. Daylight is divided into 12 variable hours, their length varying over the year. I think we can very comfortably place that well before 1940. Let's find out how much before. 1500 BCE. I wouldn't have known exactly when, but sure, I would have guessed at least 1000 BCE. An early crowdsourcing effort begins, the Oxford English Dictionary. It spans thousands of volunteers, including 62,000 entries from an inmate. Yeah, this is absolutely fascinating. The Oxford English Dictionary, it was constructed, as it says here, from thousands of volunteers, and then also they had their own staff who was sort of assigned to read books from the corpus of the English language by subject matter. It was it's a completely fascinating achievement and construction. Anyway, let's put it in the 19th century here. And ABC, NBC, and PBS start captioning TV shows, an effort pushed by Malcolm Norwood, who had lost hearing as a child from measles. Okay, now this I don't know. Do I think that? I'm going to guess that was the 1950s. But I don't know. I'm guessing. Oh, wow. I was decades off. That is a shame. And also a shame in another way. It's too bad it took that long. But there we go, 1980. I mean, I guess I made this observation a week or two ago. Things that were already in place before you were around, it can sometimes be shocking that they weren't around much longer than that, as that is for me. Okay, Mayans of the classic era play a team sport with rubber balls. Games are held in city centers with betting, figurines, and enormous cultural power. That's very interesting, and we can put that here, I would think. Yes, 250 to 900, that is quite a range. Hadrian orders a wall built in Britannia as he travels the roads of the Roman Empire, which have milestones, rest area, and yes, tolls. Well, we can put that earlier than the Mayans of the classic era, 122. There we go. And there we have it. Yes, it is amazing how long ago the Romans were in these isles. Philippe Pinel changes mental health care using kindness instead of chains and finding causes like stresses instead of demonic possession. I'm going to put that in between 900 and 1858. I mean, I don't know this person. I mean, I'm guessing maybe the 18th century or maybe 17th. I don't know. 18th century, just barely. Okay, well, there we go. All right, well, once again, I got one wrong. So that's a shame. But let's see, how did I do compared to others? So I got the most common category this week. Let's see what was placed incorrectly by more people. So unsurprisingly, almost just about everybody got the sundial thing correct. That would have been surprising if not. About a third of people incorrectly placed Hadrian and his wall on the island of Great Britain. Let's see. About half of people incorrectly placed this mental health bit of trivia. That's very interesting. And let's see. About a quarter of people, like me, misplaced this captioning bit. And there we go. Everything else was pretty high. Well, there we have it. Another interesting week in the Flashback. I always really enjoy this. Hope you do as well. And I'll be back next week with the next one. All right. Bye for now.